Hello, Steve here from FurnaceUSA, and if you live here in the San Jose area and you're looking for a new water heater, we're going to go over all the different options and information about water heaters for San Jose, like the utility costs, the different types of water heaters like a tank or a tankless or electric or even a heat pump water heater, and the rough different price levels, the lifespan, etc. So if you just want to schedule your own quote, just click a link on this page. Otherwise, just keep watching this video for more information about San Jose water heaters. When people are looking at new water heaters, there's a number of different factors that they're looking at when they're trying to make their decision. So the first thing that people usually look at, because normally they have a hot water tank already sitting in their house that is doing the job currently. A lot of times people are not removing a less common one like a heat pump water heater or a tankless water heater. They're usually getting rid of their regular hot water tank and they're putting in one of these. So the evaluation a lot of times comes down to, do they want to keep their conventional water heater or do they want to switch or upgrade to something else? And there's benefits and drawbacks and disadvantages to going to the different types of water heaters. So the initial one is just a regular hot water tank. So advantages of just a tank, they're relatively less expensive. So you can get one for a lower upfront cost compared to other types of water heaters, but that has a drawback. The drawback is the utility costs are higher. You're going to have to pay more on a monthly basis to have that hot water going to your house compared to other types of water heaters. So that's kind of a trade-off. But another factor to consider with a tank is how long you're going to be in the house. So if you're going to be in the house for a number of years, like let's say 10 or more years, a hot water tank is probably not the best way to go, because even though it costs you less up front, you're going to have to pay much more in the long term in comparison to a tankless, let's say. Lifespan, it depends on what area, but generally the lifespan is between 10 to 15 years. There's some little pockets where, when groundwater is really, really bad, where it can shorten the lifespan, but generally 10 or 15 years is a decent rule of thumb, sometimes shorter, unfortunately. So the other most common type of water heater that people want to get and are looking for is the tankless water heater. So there's been a massive surge in tankless water heaters over the last number of years. Tankless water heaters, also called on-demand water heaters, around the world are the most common type of water heater. But in North America, they've been relatively slow to catch on. But there's huge advantages to tankless water heaters. So again, in other countries, they have a different style of piping system. So let's say in Europe, for the most part, your kitchen will have a water heater, a tankless water heater just for your kitchen. You'll have a tankless water heater just for your bathroom. So they've probably been slower to catch on in North America because our plumbing systems are all interconnected. The entire thing is all built together. What that means is you need to have a much bigger, more powerful water heater, because if you think about it, let's say there's somebody having a shower, there's another person doing laundry, there's another person doing the dishes. This tankless water heater has to be able to instantly come on, deliver all of those different taps running simultaneously, and then turn back off. So we need to have much more powerful water heaters here. So the first consideration for tankless, don't mess around and get the most powerful one that you can. You can always turn a tankless water heater. You can just use part of its capacity, but if you buy one that's too small, there's nothing you can do. You need to basically put in a secondary tankless or add a hot water tank to help the tankless, which then you've wasted all of your money down that direction. So advantages and disadvantages towards a tankless: utility costs, absolute rock bottom that you can get in terms of gas water heating. So for a water heater, if you're looking at comparison to a hot water tank versus a tankless, the water heater that's a tankless will sometimes cost you less than half. Sometimes, it's being argued that they can spend 40% less utilities as compared to a hot water tank, so significantly less. They last much longer, 25 years. Here's the downside: they're more money up front. They cost more money in the beginning. So one smaller consideration for tankless, which some people make it so that they shy away from the tankless water heater type, is that they are a little bit noisier depending on your installation. So if you need to install one, if your furnace room is right back down to a bedroom and you mount the tankless water heater back down to a wall, you can get some sound coming through that wall from the tankless water heater. So those are just a few considerations. They last much longer. If you're only going to be in the house for a short period of time and you don't think the people who are going to be buying your home will give you more money or more value towards a tankless water heater, I think they're a little bit overkill in that circumstance. But if you're going to be in the house for a period of time, they're a great investment. So another type of water heater is just the electric water heater. So the electric water heaters, they work great. They deliver the water to your tap fast. They're super cheap with a huge downside. So they have massive utility costs. So the highest utility cost that you can possibly get of the different types of water heaters. But they're cheap, you can put them in a closet, they don't need exhaust venting, there's all sorts of advantages, but with a big downside of high utility costs. And that brings us to a different form of electric water heater called a heat pump water heater. So I think they're a great technology. I think they're a newer technology, and I think there's still some stuff that needs to get worked out of them before they're amazing. Because what I've seen before, what a heat pump water heater does is absorb heat from around it and put it inside the water inside the tank. The downside of that is it literally sucks the heat out of the area around it, making it colder. So that's a bit of a downside. If you can put them in a place where it doesn't matter that you take the heat away from it, great. A downside to them, they're expensive, right? They cost as much or more than a tankless sometimes, but they only have the lifespan of a regular tank. So I'm not a huge proponent of them. In my opinion, personally, I'm not a huge proponent of a heat pump water heater at this point in time. Maybe the technology is going to greatly improve over time, but I don't think it's there quite yet. So thank you for watching this video about water heaters in San Jose. Hopefully you're able to learn something from it. If you just want to schedule your own quote, just click on a link on this page and you can self-schedule a quote. Otherwise, just give us a call and we will get right back to you, give you all the information that you need about water heaters in San Jose, and hopefully we can get an installation for you.